anyhow, then an old press conference broke up, and the players came in and sat at their individual tables, and Randy Grossman was surrounded because, of course, Thomas Henderson has made him a Super Bowl celebrity by belittling him as a midget-sized tight end who plays only when somebody else, quote, breaks his leg or dies. So, one of the interesting things about the Super Bowl is that although many people say that it's overdone, that you don't need this whole week of hoopla to play a football game, one of the beneficial things about it is that every now and then a ball player who ordinarily does not receive a great deal of attention is thrust into the limelight, as Randy Grossman has been, and it may be a quiet, reserved kind of guy, as Randy Grossman is, but thrust into that situation, you learn a few things about the guy that you wouldn't have otherwise known. I don't mean deep secrets, but you get a little better picture of him. So, at any event, a few excerpts from the Randy Grossman press conference. For example, a fellow asked him, "Are you the only Jewish player in the NFL?" And he said he really didn't know, but if so, then he holds quite a few records. You know, most catches by an active Jewish receiver and so forth. He put it this way: I hold a lot of records in that case. He says it's like they say, win, show, and place, one-horse race. There you go. And then and Randy is bearded, you know, and he told the press that ever since I grew a beard, they call me the rabbi. He said Ralph the Plumber Burry, the Steelers trainer, hung that label on him when he grew a beard. And Randy added, but they don't come to me for spiritual advice. Well, somebody said, actually, Thomas Henderson is making you famous. And Randy said, he said, look at it this way. Last time I was down here, nobody knew who I was. So he was beginning to enjoy himself, he was. And the conversation took one turn and another. And again, going back to the fact that he is Jewish, a reporter asked him, do you feel you have an added following in Miami? There are of course, quite a few Jewish people here, but he said, I'm not Cuban. And then I asked him, the season you've had, it's been dandy. Do you feel that you're now cut-proof, that next year in training camp you won't have to worry about being cut? And Randy said, you're never cut-proof around here, meaning around the Steelers. He said, but if I'm let go by the Steelers, I've got a better chance of catching on with someone else. He's attracted attention. But just to finish up on that Randy Grossman press conference, as I mentioned in my commentary this afternoon, somebody asked Randy what's his favorite Jewish dish, and he said, believe it or not, my Irish wife makes the best matzo ball soup in the world. And he went on to advise Jewish mothers that the thing that sets her matzo ball soup apart is that she puts scallions into it. And, somebody said to him, they asked him about his background. And he, was your mother a typical Jewish mother? Wanted her son to be a doctor? And he said, well, as a matter of fact, she took a great interest in football, and she was very much upset when Randy went from high school to college ball at Temple, because in high school ball, she could walk up and down the sidelines and really get into the football game. But when he went to college, they made her stay up there in the seats. And other questions elicited the fact, and here we were getting to know Randy Grossman after all these years. He was responding. He said later to me, he said, hey, that was fun. He was, he's normally a reserved guy, but responding to all this.